Championship Saturday is in full effect here at the Siegel Center in Richmond, Virginia, as we're about to crown our second state champion of the day here in the girls A Division I Volleyball Championship with the Luray Bulldogs facing the Auburn Eagles. Thanks for showing up here and listening to us this afternoon. I'm Tim Blank. Alongside with me is my color commentator, Taylor Jensen. Taylor, we saw the Cox Falcons take the first state championship of the day, and now we get to see nothing but the girls show their stuff as we now crown 4 champions in a row. And we can definitely tell just by the introductions that these girls are really excited, and they did not expect this kind of treatment right away.
Yeah, well, we're going to have a really interesting matchup here today, and of course, Auburn typically is in the Division II division for states, but they reclassified. They're back down to Division I now, and Luray is going to have a tall task in front of them. They're looking to play spoiler to Auburn's state championship hopes, and this would be state championship number 1 for Auburn.
This would be the second one for Luray themselves.
So experience could play a factor here.
So you see that, the lights come back on here at the Siegel Center. 4 more games, including this one here on the VHSL network today. After this, we get the A2 championship between Matthews and Stewart's Draft. After that, we get Hidden Valley against Loudoun County, and our nightcap will be at Lee against Kellam. So we have a full day of action here for you. Our first game earlier this afternoon was a straight set victory by the Cox Falcons over the Cosby Titans. And I have a feeling that we're going to have ourselves a good showdown here today. You hear the whistle blow. Both teams taking their place, getting ready to go. Auburn reaching this championship game by defeating Alta Vista last night, and Luray making it this far by defeating Galax yesterday as well. So there's a lot. And we've got the Auburn fans right behind us. They are ready to go here. Everyone knows that this is an important game, and they want nothing more than to bring some state hardware home to their respective cities. Auburn is located in Reiner, Virginia, which is a little bit outside of Roanoke, and Luray out in the Shenandoah Valley, a little bit past Fauquier County, I guess right in the middle of 81, heading all the way down towards Harrisonburg. So 2 schools that traveled a good distance to get here. Only one of these teams will be bringing that state championship trophy home with them when all is said and done. The Bulldogs are going to be serving here to start this one. There's the serve by Emily Speaks, and we're underway. Nice little hit right there by Auburn to keep it going. Luray trying to get something here. Auburn setting up once again. There's the kill attempt, and it's successful there by Jordan Watson.
And we called her name a lot yesterday. She's proven to be really tough to stop at her middle blocker position. She's got size, and she's got power behind those kills. She's 6'1". Definitely the tallest player in Division I.
There's the serve right there by Lauren Altazer. Nice little lift right there, but the Eagles keep it in play, but it goes outside of the pole, and Luray ties it up at 1. One thing I think that's going to be very curious to keep an eye on is how both of these teams react to playing 2 matches in consecutive days. There's the serve. Auburn bumping it. There's the set. There's the hit right there, but Speaks bumps it to keep it alive for the Bulldogs. Watson getting the kill right there off of number 12, Danielle McGrady, and Luray goes up 2-1.
Jordan Watson, once again, she's got both of Auburn's points, and they're going to look to go through her all day long until Luray can get an answer.
They roll it on over this way. It looks like Hannah Paredes, the 5'4" striker, is going to be taking the serve for Auburn. Here she comes. It's a good one off there. There's a good bump there by Luray. Luray hits it right into the net, and Auburn takes a 4-1 lead. Takes a 3-1 lead, I should say. Paredes setting up yet again. There's the serve. Good bump right there. There's the set. And the strike right there, and it's going to be ruled out of bounds. And Luray is going, no, it's going to be ruled in. No, it's ruled out. Ruled out, and point goes to Auburn. Bit of momentary confusion there on the scoreboard, but we're all straightened out here. Paredes again with the serve. Should have let that one go out of bounds. That one was heading out of bounds by a mile. Paredes with the bump. There's the set and the kill there by Watson, but Luray keeps it going. Auburn coming up with something right there. Good block on the front line by the Bulldogs. Luray bumps it back over. Another one off the top of the net. What a volley we got, and then Watson gets the kill.
Watson's got the look in her eyes. She wants to put this away now. She's wasting no time. Wants to be crowned a state champion in her senior year.
And you look at Luray's team, there's only 2 seniors on this team, and Olivia Diebert and Danielle McGrady. And there's an ace for the Auburn Eagles. They are starting to really get going here. They want to put this one away nice and early. There's the serve. The bump by Luray. The set. And Luray is going to come away with that one.
That's number 2, Sable Pond. We called her name a lot yesterday as well. It'll be a nice little battle of middle blockers here in this state championship matchup.
They come up right here. Danielle Greer with the serve. They set that one up. They hit it, and a nice kill there by Madison Shoemaker. 7-2 now our score. Here's the serve. But Jordan Watson airmails it to give Luray the point and the serve. Sable Pond setting up the serve. There's the serve. A good little bump and a set. Knocks it back over. Eagles trying to get something going. Watson with the hit. Good dig there by the Bulldogs to keep it alive. And a nice kill there on the opposite side by Danielle McGrady.
Great job there by Luray to see the opening in the back row.
Pond setting up for the serve again. Gets that one good. A good bump there by Lauren Althusser. Oh, good dig attempt there by McGrady, but it goes out of bounds. Auburn gets the point. Shoemaker with the serve. That one's going to sail out of bounds. They're looking for the touch, but no one getting it. And Luray is going to go down 5. Here comes the serve by Shoemaker. Bulldogs set it up, and they get the spike, and it goes out of bounds. Luray now up 10-4.
And Auburn up 10-4.
That is correct.
Scared some people out there.
Sorry about that, folks. I'm trying my hardest here to get this going. It's been a long weekend. Point goes back to Auburn. They're starting to get a run going here, starting to pull away. And, oh, hold on a second. I've been putting on the wrong side. My apologies. I've had my scores wrong the entire game, so I give my apologies straight away. Luray is going to take a timeout here, down 11-4. It's 11-4 Auburn over Luray. That is the correct score, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for having that listed incorrectly over the air. So at least I caught the mistake before we got too deep into the game. But no, Auburn is leading. Auburn in the blue jerseys with the black and white trim and the black numbers are leading the Luray Bulldogs 11-4 in the first game. Luray wearing the maroon jerseys with kind of an artistic black and white trim on it. Here comes Auburn with the serve, almost an ace. Luray trying to get it back over. They managed to do so. Good dig to keep it alive, but nothing more is going to happen. Luray's going to pull to within 6.
Auburn really off to a strong start here, putting the pressure on the Bulldogs.
Luray with the serve. And a nice hit right there. They managed to get it back over. They set it up, and a good dig to keep it alive for Luray. Auburn setting it up. There's the kill. But that return is going to go out of bounds. And it's now 12-5 in favor of the Eagles.
Auburn playing like they're on a mission. Jump racing out to a lead, I should say.
See them setting up. There's the serve. They get the bump in, the set, and a nice spike right there. Luray's Danielle McGrady showing her stuff.
Danielle McGrady really packs a punch with her kills. They're tough to return.
There's the serve. And that one gets bumped out of bounds. There's an ace. Bulldogs clawing their way back into this one. There's the serve, but it goes right into the net. I mean, we hear the Bulldog, Eagle faithful here trying to will their team, and just as soon as Luray gives one away, Auburn gives one away. There's the serve. Setting up, here comes Watson, and she puts the kill right into the floor.
And even the Luray fans have no idea what to say to that. A lot of them just gritting their teeth and shaking their heads.
They just know that if they are going to win this, they got to find some way to prevent Lauren Watson from taking things over. And there's a nice kill right there by Danielle McGrady.
They're trading points a lot here, just going back and forth.
McGrady is going to go back there to take the points. There's the serve. Good dig to keep it alive. They tap it back over. There's that line again. There's a hit back over there with the dig. And Luray can't keep it alive. Auburn gets the points. Anna Paredes setting up the serve for Auburn. There she goes. A couple of bumps back and forth. Little nudge over the net. But they're going to rule a double there on Auburn. It's now 15-10. Served by Danielle Greer. Auburn setting up. And the call is that it's going to go land on the Auburn side. And Luray gets the point, now down to 4. Here's the serve. Trying to keep it alive, but they can't do it. Luray down as much as 8 in this one. Have come back to pull to within 3 here against Auburn. So we're going to go ahead and take a break here with that one. And we will be back with more here on the VHSL network.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
And we're back here on the VHSL network. Auburn leading Luray 15-12 here in game 1. Luray roaring back from an early deficit to the Tigers, to the Eagles, I should say. I'm getting my Auburns mixed up. There's the serve by Luray. A good little bump right there. There's the set. Nice little tap over by Watson. But now here they come once again. They get it going, and there's a kill right there for Madison Shoemaker. It's now 16-12 here between both schools. And there's the serve. Luray manages to bump it back over, setting things up. There's the kill attempt, but it sails out of bounds. Luray back to within 3.
Too much mustard there on that kill. Luray is really capitalizing on some miscues from Auburn.
16-13 our score here. There's the serve. And there's the set right there. Auburn continuing to just trade points with the Bulldogs. There's the serve. And nothing doing there. It's now 18-13 between the schools. Auburn ahead of Luray. Oh, and an ace for the Eagles. Eagles almost making it look a little easy here. There's a serve. It's a high one, but it can't get over. She was trying to finesse that serve, but just didn't put enough on it to get it over. Now they come up with the set. There's the serve. Couple of bumps. There's the set. There's the hit right there, and a good kill for the Bulldogs.
Great job by Luray to claw their way back up and make this interesting. They still got a little ways to go. Haven't seen a lot of the Jordan Watson the last few possessions, though.
There's the serve right there. They keep it going right now. Still bumping around. There's the hit. Tap over, but Auburn keeps it alive. There's the kill attempt, but it just goes long as Brianna Nichols puts another point on the board for the Bulldogs. We see Sharon Kelly coming up to make a play right there. Way to keep it in there for Auburn. Luray keeps it going themselves. Managed to keep it in, and they're going to call a net. Luray is going to pull to within 2.
Yeah, they're going to say Auburn crossed the line under the net there. Costly mistake. They're letting Luray right back into this with mistakes.
Kelly with the serve, but she sails it. And Auburn now 5 points away. Now 5 points away from winning the first game. Marissa Perry with the serve. They bump it a couple times. There's the hit. Nothing happening. Now there's that attempt. Luray fans hoping for the pole. And they're going to get it a little bit late. There's a point for Luray. We're waiting for a quick little judgment right here. They award the point to Luray after a conference. And they set this up. There's the serve. They set this one up. Here's the kill attempt, but a block at the front. Luray trying to pull themselves to within one. They misjudged where the ball was going to land. Auburn catching a break there. And now Brianna Nichols is setting up here. There's the serve. Couple of bumps for Luray. They managed to get it over. There's the kill.
Oh, there she is.
Jordan Watson. And Luray is going to take their second time out here. Down 4 in game number 1. We'll go ahead and take a break ourselves here on the VHSL network. We'll be back with more after this.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
And we are still under a timeout right now. Luray taking the floor once again here against Auburn. Down 4 in the first game between these two state finalists. 22-18. There's the serve. Little bump right there. It's going to get it back over. Luray saves it, but they can't get it over in 3 hits. Auburn now 2 points away from taking the first game. There's the serve. Little bump right there and a bump right there. They managed to get it over. They're going to give a net call on Luray, and they give the point to Auburn, and it's game point. Game point here for Auburn. There's the serve. Luray keeps it alive. They get this one over. Good fake right there. Using a little more finesse. Watson puts the exclamation point on that one.
And she caps off a great first set for the Auburn Eagles. They're sitting pretty after 1.
25-18 is the first game score right there. And Auburn now taking advantage of this one. Taking advantage of some key Luray mistakes. But they're going to be, but Luray's not going to be giving up on this so easily. They certainly want to make something happen right here. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a moment. And we'll be back with the start of the second game here on the VHSL network of this A1 Volleyball Championship between the Luray Bulldogs and the Auburn Eagles.
one match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Tim Blank and Taylor Jensen with you here on the VHSL network, about to start game 2 of this state championship volleyball game between the Auburn Eagles and the Luray Bulldogs. Auburn takes the first set 25-18. Auburn now looking to take a stranglehold over this one, but Luray definitely showed in that first game that they still have a lot of ability on that roster and that they should not be taken lightly.
And Luray now really going to play with their backs against the wall because you want to avoid going into a 2-0 deficit in the sets. And here's a great opportunity for Auburn to really, really demoralize the Luray Bulldogs.
They certainly want to do that. If Auburn can take a 2-0 lead going into that third set, they know that they're going to have Luray basically on a dinner plate for themselves. Eagles trying to make sure that they can earn their first state championship. Here comes Brianna Nichols setting up for the serve. A nice play right there to keep it alive for Luray. A great kill. And guess who it was yet again? Jordan Watson.
Kill number 1. I'm going to be keeping track here.
Watson just showing why she is one of the best players in the state. I think regardless of division, she's one of the best players in the state. They bump this one over. It's going to say that it's going to land. They say it's going to land out. So Auburn's going to take a 2-0 lead. Nichols with the serve. Somehow Luray keeps it alive on that. Sable Pond gets it back over. And a nice block at the front, but Watson, a little too much power behind that one. And Auburn goes up 3-0. Brianna Nichols setting up. There's the serve. That bump gets over, and a nice little love tap right there by Brooke Bostwick. Puts Auburn up 4-0.
Great start here for the Eagles.
Everything they wanted to do. There's the serve. Oh, and a nice play up top. somehow they keep it alive, but it's going to land out of bounds. They're going to rule that it hit the pole. Luray is on the board for the first time this game. There's the serve. And a nice kill once again by Jordan Watson. Something tells me these Auburn fans are going to get tired of that chant by the end of the night with how good Lauren Watson can put that ball into the ground. There's the serve. That gets Luray going backwards. They catch him out of position, and Auburn goes up 6-1.
And Auburn really going to try and go on another run here.
There's a serve. Nice play right there that time. No one around to get that. Luray's going to get the point, and they're going to be down 4. They set this one up. There's a serve by Danielle McGrady. Oh, and a nice play right there to keep it alive. Eagles get it back over to Luray. And a nice kill. And a rule to that one landed inside. That was Brianna Burrow for the Bulldogs.
And they're going to call a player in the net against Auburn. So costly mistake there, letting the Luray fight their way back into it.
There's a serve right there. And they get another kill. Madison Shoemaker this time.
And now we've got number 42, Hannah Paredes serving.
There's the bump.
Boy, Auburn looking really good offensively here. Jordan Watson.
Almost another kill for her, but Luray keeps it over. But they skied that bump over the net out of bounds. And Auburn is back up 5. There's a serve.
Great hustle there by Luray.
Yeah, not giving up on this one at all. And a good play right there. Lands inbounds, and the point goes to Auburn. Now up 9-3.
Boy, that ball was inbounds, but barely. Great ball placement there by Jordan Watson.
There's the serve. They get it over this way. Nice tap over the top of the net. Completely faking Luray out of their volleyball shorts.
Timeout for Luray. They got to stop the bleeding badly.
They got to stop it or they're going to find themselves in a hole that I don't think that they can crawl out of on their own. So we're going to go ahead and step aside here for a quick break. We'll be back with more here on the VHSL network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
And we're back here at the Siegel Center in Richmond, Virginia. The Auburn Eagles leading the Luray Bulldogs 10-3 here in the second game of this girls Single A Division I state championship game. There's the bump right there. Luray nudges it back over. Oh, and a nice kill there on the far side. Auburn up 8 now.
And they're really starting to pour it on. Luray got to come up with answers quick.
There's the serve. Nice play that time. Somehow Auburn gets it back over. But they sky that one. Lands out of bounds, and Auburn gets the point. It's now 12-3 here. Auburn ahead of Luray. There's the serve. And an ace for the Eagles.
Great set or serve there by Hannah Paredes.
Auburn just completely and totally dominating Luray here in the second game. There's the serve. And the set. And a nice block at the front of the net. Jordan Watson along, I believe, with number 23, Carrie Music, putting Auburn up 11.
And they got a very nice run going here.
Hannah Paredes coming with the serve. Ray bumps it, and they set it. They tap it over. And they manage to get back onto the board. Now Luray needs to get on a run here. Down 10. There's the set. Taps it over. Luray setting it back up. And a nice block at the front. And a good block on the front by Sable Pond for Luray. Putting them back on the board. Now down 9. There's the serve. Couple of bumps right there. There's the kill. Madison Shoemaker. Shoemaker and Watson just completely dominating the front of the net for the Eagles.
The Eagle fans absolutely loving it.
Here
making their presence known.
Jordan Watson does the shot, but she sails that serve attempt out of bounds, so the point goes back to Luray. There's the serve. Gets back over. They tap it back over. Nice play there by the Eagles, but the Bulldogs keep it alive. They tap that one over. The Eagles still keep it alive. And they sail that kill attempt there by Brianna Nichols. And it's now 15-7 in favor of Auburn.
Luray's cut into this lead by 4 points. They were down 11.
Auburn this time showing no fear at all. Shoemaker with another kill.
Just like that, it's back to a 9-point game.
(16-7) coming up here. There's the serve. And there it goes the other way. Luray's not going to be able to run that one down.
Got another ace for Auburn. They're on a roll offensively.
Auburn just showing no fear whatsoever. They want to take a stranglehold of this championship game. And she skies that return attempt, and it's now 18-7. Auburn right back where they were. There's the bump. Luray's got to get this one over here on this play. They managed to, and they almost get the point. And a beautiful kill by Brianna Nichols.
Brianna Nichols on a roll here for the Auburn Eagles. She is locking and loading on these kills.
Madison Shoemaker with the serve. Luray setting things up. They get it across. Somehow Auburn gets it back over.
Oh, goodness.
They try to tap that one over. It hits the top of the net. Luray and Auburn still trying. There's a tapper, but that doesn't quite get out of bounds. Luray bumps it back over. And they are going to get a net call on Auburn, so Luray gets back on the scoreboard.
Luray needed to break that streak. It'd be nice if they could get some consecutive points here.
They want to get some kind of a run going. There's a serve by Sharon Kelly. They bump it a couple times. There's the shot and another kill for Brianna Nichols.
She scored, I think, 3 of their last 4.
And a quick substitution there for Auburn. We see Marissa Perry coming in for Carey Music. And Perry's going to go back there and serve. Here comes the kill attempt, but it's blocked at the front, and that's 4 on Luray. And it's now 21-8. And Luray's going to call a timeout. So as they call timeout, we're going to take a timeout here on the VHSL network. We'll be back with more right after this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot at this.
And we're back here on the VHSL network. Auburn dominating the second game here against the Luray Bulldogs, 21-8. Auburn looking to take a 2-0 lead here in this state championship game. There's the serve by Carey Music. Marissa Perry, I should say. There's the kill attempt by Auburn, and they're going to get back on the scoreboard.
Good way to come out of the timeout and put a quick point up on the board.
Auburn currently up 21-9. Here's the serve. They tap that one over, but they still get it out back. Luray gets it back over. Here's the set and the spike. She skies it. They're going to rule that it's out of bounds and point to Auburn. Brianna Nichols setting up the serve. There it goes, but she hits the net and it bounces back. Luray managing to get up into double digits. Emily Speaks setting up the serve. Luray, it's a nice high rainbow serve. Nice kill attempt right there, and there's the point for Brooke Bostwick. Auburn 2 points away from taking a 2-0 series lead here. There's the serve. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Point to Auburn, and now it's game point for the Eagles, up 14. Here comes the serve. They bump that one. There's the return. And almost a good exclamation point right there. Luray gets it back across. Auburn setting things up. There's the shot. Luray still keeping things alive for them. And that one bounces off, and Luray lives to fight for at least another point in this game.
Trying to stay alive. Maybe too little too late, though.
There's the serve. There's the set, but they try to fake it that time instead of going for the set. There's another tap that they try to do. Oh, what's the call? And it lands on the side of Luray. And Auburn earns the game 25-11. So just domination there in the second game by the Auburn Eagles. And the Eagles are now only 25 points away from their first ever volleyball state championship as we go into game number 3. Tim Blank and Tyler Jensen with you here on the VHSL network. We will be back with game number 3 right after this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
And we're back here on the VHSL network, setting up for the third game of this VHSL A1 volleyball championship between the Auburn Eagles and the Luray Bulldogs. The Eagles now need one more game to earn their first volleyball championship in school history. And with the way they've played those first couple of games, I see no reason to think that they cannot produce a clean sweep here in the third game. Wouldn't you say so, Taylor?
Well, I would definitely agree with you. As long as their offense goes through Jordan Watson, Madison Shoemaker, or Brianna Nichols, I mean, those three players have really been the top producers for the Eagles. But Luray has got to come up with some answers. I mean, they really are having trouble returning these kills.
I honestly think that any team would have trouble returning some of the kills that come from Watson and Shoemaker especially. But Luray's going to serve here to start the third game. Emily Speaks sets things up. They set this one up. There's the serve right there, and Auburn starting off strong right away.
Great start there for the Auburn Eagles. They want to put this one away quickly and get that hardware, but Luray still got some fight left in them. They're in the state title game for a reason.
They certainly are. Luray not trying to make sure that this is just a quick trip right there, but there's Jordan Watson once again with another great kill. Now up 2-0. And here they come. There's the serve. There's the hit right over there. There's the kill attempt, and it's a quick 3-0 lead for the Eagles.
Strong start. Luray wanting to use some of their skill that they have. They play very fast. They're very precise with their ball placement.
But it seems like whenever there's they find an open place, there's a blue jersey that just comes out of nowhere and scoops it right back up. Oh, and they rule a double there on Jordan Watson. And so Luray's going to get on the board here, now down 2. Danielle McGrady with the serve. There's the set and the spike. And a nice play right there. And a good kill right there on the far side by Madison Shoemaker. Puts Auburn up 4-1. Quick little substitution coming on right there. Marissa Perry going to take a break. Carrie Music back on the floor for the Eagles. There's the serve. And a couple of good bumps. There's the hit, but not much else to do there. They get this one across, though. There's the set, and nothing happening there. And there it goes. It's going to go off of a player right there, and it's going to end up being a 5-1 lead for the Auburn Eagles.
Yeah, that's going to go off the libero for Luray, number 4, Emily Speak. She tried to go for it, but couldn't quite get there in time.
Anna Paredes with the serve. A good dig right there to keep it alive. That one's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be a 6-1 lead in favor of Auburn. There's the serve. That one's going to go out of bounds, and there's a point back to Luray. There's the serve right there. They try to get something going here. There's the hit. That one sails out of bounds. And Luray gets the point there, now down only 3.
Luray wanting to claw back into this. They got a lot of work to do, down 2 sets. But they're doing a good job of making this set interesting early on.
Luray back to within 2 here against Auburn. They get the serve. There's the set and the spike. And Jordan Watson finding a way to make a point there. Watson now serving for the Eagles, but she serves it right into the net.
We've seen a few errors like that for the Eagles, and it's really what's been keeping Luray in these sets, because you eliminate those and Luray could easily be on top 7 to 8 points right now.
There's the serve. Get a couple of bumps right there. There's the set. There's that right there. And a nice block right there, but it goes out of bounds. Luray now back to within 1 against Auburn.
Got a great run here. They've stolen momentum. And every time Jordan Watson gets in that back row, they're not as strong up front. So Luray is really taking advantage.
There's the play right there. And they sailed that play right there. Sable Pond almost went for that one, but she luckily kept herself away from it. Luray ties this one up at 7. There's the serve. They tap that one up, and Auburn retakes their lead.
Madison Shoemaker making a play and ending that little run from Luray.
They definitely want to make some finesse plays here. There's the serve. There's the block up top, but Luray keeps it alive, gets it across. Still goes off the net. There's 4 for Luray. Auburn gets the point. There's the play right there. Auburn with another point. It's now 10-7. A little bit of a point there. Nice little dig. That one's going to go out of bounds. And Auburn up now 11-7.
Auburn really putting the pressure back on Luray, and this being a potential elimination set. A lot rides here on this third set.
There's the serve. Watson digs it. There's the bump. Almost get a good kill there, but the net gets in the way. Eagles keep it alive. They bump that one. They get that one to go. That one's going to land on Luray's side. Auburn now back up 5. And there's going to be a timeout for Luray. So we are going to step aside here for another break. We'll be back with more here on the VHSL network.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
And we're back here on the VHSL network. Auburn leading Luray 12-7 in the third set. Auburn closing in on their first state championship. Luray setting things up. Good block at the front by Auburn. That puts them up 6.
Just too much size up front right now. That is a huge advantage that Auburn has today.
Auburn halfway to pay dirt. Luray trying to make something happen. Another block at the front. Managed to get that one. Good little bump across. Oh. Tried to finesse that one over the net, but it just caught the top edge. Luray's going to get the point and the serve. There's the serve. Nice little bump right there. There's the set. And a nice kill on the far side by Brianna Nichols.
Again, those are one of the 3 for Auburn that you want your offense going through. Somewhat of a 3-headed monster from the Eagles.
No questions about that. Auburn up 14-8. And a nice ace there, number 13, Marissa Perry. And the countdown begins. The Eagles are now 10 points away. There's the serve. They keep it going right there. Auburn trying to make something happen with it. Kill attempt, and it works. Brooke Bostwick. There's the serve right there. They get that one going, and there's another play there by the Auburn Eagles. Auburn closing in on it. There's the serve. It goes out of bounds. Luray not having any luck here against the Auburn Eagles. Auburn now 7 points away. There's the serve. There's a bump. They got to chase that one down. Luray manages to keep it alive. Auburn setting it up. There's the kill attempt. Lands. Right there. Auburn up 19-8.
Just inching their way closer and closer. All smiles there on the Auburn bench.
No questions there. There's the hit right there, and it goes right into the net. Marissa Perry giving it back there to the... Marissa Perry giving it right back. But Luray with a tall hill to climb here. There's the hit right there, but she sails it, but no. They're going to rule that it was a touch on Luray. So it's now 20-9, Auburn ahead of Luray. And Luray is going to take their last time out. So Auburn now 5 points away from a state championship. We'll step aside for a break. We'll be back with more on the VHSL network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
And we're back here on the VHSL network. The Luray Bulldogs in desperation mode here. Down 11. Auburn 5 points away from their first volleyball state championship in school history. Luray has had a magical season so far, but from the looks of things, it looks as though that Auburn's about ready to earn themselves a little bit of hardware heading back home. There's the serve. And there's nearly an ace there by Auburn. Luray keeps it alive. Here's the setup, and Jordan Watson with another kill.
And Auburn getting ready to start celebrating here in 4 short points.
You can see the bench players right now. They know what's coming. There's the serve right there. There's the bump and the set. Watson once again with another beautiful kill. I don't think they give most outstanding player awards in this tournament, but if they did, I think at the top of the list is Jordan Watson, without a doubt. She has been utterly phenomenal in 2 games here at the Siegel Center this weekend. That one goes over. Auburn gets the point now, 2 away from a state championship. Brianna Nichols setting things up. The fans know they are 2 points away. Brianna Nichols with the serve. One right off the chest, but they keep it alive. They set this one up. Here comes Watson, and they get it again. Jordan Watson absolutely exploding, and now here it is. Championship point for the Eagles. The fans know it's coming. The bench players up on their feet. Listen to this crowd. Nichols with the serve. Sky ties it, and that's it. The Eagles win the state championship. 25-9 in game 3. You gotta love the sportsmanship shown here, but just listen to this. The fans are loving every moment here. There it is right there, 25-18, 25-11, 25-9, a straight sweep for the Auburn Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, the Eagles are your A Division I state volleyball champions. Congratulations to them. Here comes the presentation of the sportsmanship trophies as well as the runner-up and championship trophies. This is Tim Blank with Tyler Jensen. We're going to sign off here and then just let the ceremony go as scheduled.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the center of the court for our awards presentation. Good sportsmanship is a top priority of all VHSL programs. Our schools are united in their commitment to provide education-based athletics and activities to students across the Commonwealth. We believe that through participation in VHSL programs, the young men and women who participate learn life lessons that will help them become better citizens. Accordingly, our first award to present today is the Sportsmanship Award. Now, will a representative of Luray High School please come forward to accept the sportsmanship trophy. Before we present the championship and runner-up awards, let's show our appreciation for the effort shown by both teams today in this championship game. Today's awards will be presented by Randy Thomas, Principal, and Todd Ellers, Athletic Director of Luray High School, Carl Pauley, Principal, and Tim Batum, Athletic Director of Auburn High School. Assisting in the presentation will be members of the VHSL and tournament chefs. First, the runner-up medals to the players from the Luray High School Bulldogs. Number 1, Olivia Diver. Number 2, Sable Pond. Number 3, Danielle Greer. Number 4, Emily Speaks. Number 5, Carol Green. Number 6, Sharon Kelly. Number 7, Jordan Dudley. Number 10, Brianna Pearl. Number 12, Danielle McGrady. Number 13, Brooke Diaz. And now the presentation of the runner-up trophy to the Bulldogs head coach, Julie Rockett. Congratulations to the Luray Bulldogs on a tremendous season. And now with a record of 27-3 from Rider under 2012 VHSL Group A Division I Girls Volleyball Champions, the Auburn Eagles. Number 3, Luray. Number 4, Taylor Helm. Number 7, Kayla Oliver. Number 8, Brianna Nichols. Number 10, Laura Vaughn. Number 13, Marissa Perry. Number 20, Madison Shoemaker. Number 22, Paige Altizer. Number 23, Gary Music. Number 32, Jordan Watson. Number 34, Brooke Boswick. Number 42, Hannah Paredes. And now the presentation of the championship trophy to head coach Sherry Milliron of the Auburn Eagles. Congratulations to both teams on their accomplishments this season, and thank you for your support of the VHSL program. Family members will have the opportunity to take pictures of the teams on the main concourse of the Siegel Center. The team photos being taken on the court are for media and VHSL purposes. We ask that you please remain in the seating areas behind the black barriers at this time. Thank you. And our next match is the Group A Division II Girls Final featuring Stuart Stratton and Matthews High School. That match will begin at 3 p.m.